Hi, my name is Robin Gates, and today I wanted to show you how I make a tea for my horses that helps to hydrate them. You can use it when the weather is really hot and you want them to drink more water, or you can use it when the weather is really cold and they're not as inclined to drink. I just started using this when my 30-year-old Arab, Frankie, needed some electrolytes, and I made him a bucket of water with electrolytes and he wouldn't drink it. So I decided to add something to it to see if he would, and that just took me down a whole nother road. So I'll share with you the formula that I've used that I found to be really an excellent sort of combination, and you can just kind of use your imagination and mix up what you like. I've put many different kinds of things together and I just see what they might enjoy, but I always add salt to it, and you could add electrolytes if your horse needs it, but on a daily basis I can get a horse to easily consume a 5-gallon bucket of water right on down when I make this tea. So what I found is that I like this product, LMF Senior. This is a product that I use in training because horses just go crazy for it. And one of the reasons I like LMF Senior so much for making this is that it just, if you put it in hot water especially, it'll just disintegrate into hot water and liquefy. And I've used some other senior mixes, other brands that people have tried, and I find that they don't dissolve as quickly, but it won't matter. It's no big deal. You don't have to have LMF. Just use something that would be yummy that the horses want. So open this up, and I'll just give you my formula and you can just play around with it. What I start with is some salt, like that. Throw it in my bucket, and then a scoop of LMF Senior. And at first you might start with quite a bit to get them to drink it, and then later on I might just use a very small amount, but I might start with this. For those of you who have concerns about how much sugar or molasses that your horse takes in, you might not want to use the LMF Senior. You might want to use, I use LMF Low Carb, LMF Low Carb, and I also use Safe Choice, which is another product for horses that have to have lower amounts of sugar in their diet. But if you start off with a little bit of LMF at least to get them liking it, it's kind of helpful, and you can back them off. So what I like to do with this, because it'll melt more quickly if I use warm water, so I have hot water at my barn. I'll actually put the first amount of the tea will have hot water in it. And I'll take a sweat scraper, a handy sweat scraper that turns out to be a perfect stirring apparatus for tea. And what you'll see is that the LMF has disintegrated pretty rapidly into this. See how there's really not that many particles left together. It's disintegrated into a tea. If you don't have hot water at your barn, it doesn't matter. Just come and start it a little sooner. Just bring in your, fill it with a little cold water, or fill the whole bucket up with cold water and let it sit for 10 minutes or so, and it will disintegrate. But with the hot water, it disintegrates immediately, and then I can get on to adding the cool water. I find in the winter I like to use kind of a warm water tea. It really, they seem to like it a lot. So you can just make the temperature whatever you'd like. So also to tell you that sometimes I'll add a little rice bran to it if you want. Let's say you have, this is for my senior horse. Sometimes I'll add a little bit of rice bran to it. You get to use your imagination. But it's a nice way to get him to gain a little weight. Stir it up. If you add the rice bran to it, it gets all foamy, kind of like a latte. You get a little latte mustache on there. It's really cute. Okay, so I have it about half full to dissolve it, and you don't have to do this. You can just fill the whole thing up with cool water and let it sit for longer. But I'm usually down here in a hurry, and sometimes I might make tea for 10 horses, so I'm kind of in a rush to go. So then I'm going to add cool water. I use these clips because when I take this into a horse's stall, I hang this bucket and they sip it right on down. I don't have to sit there and hold it. One of the things they might do is flip their bucket, so I like to clip it onto something solid. Remember, you can add electrolytes to this. You can use salt, which I like to do on a daily basis for them to take in salt, and then it makes them want to drink more water. You can add any product you want, and sometimes I'll take carrots cut up and put them in a blender and blend a big thing like a carrot smoothie and add it to it. I'd like to do that for my old horse Frankie, whose teeth don't allow him to eat carrots anymore, and I think the beta carotene is good for him. So you get to spoil your horse all you want doing this. You can also add, for some horses, you might add a splash of molasses to it if you can't get them to drink it. You can add certain supplements that you want them to take. You can hide it in the tea and they'll just drink it right down. It's a good thing to do before you haul a horse somewhere, because you can actually really hydrate them very well. And it's a good thing to do if they've been being hauled and you get them where they're arriving to, and give them a bucket of tea. The wonderful thing about it is if they're used to drinking tea and you go to a strange place and there's water that they're not used to, they will recognize this as their tea and drink it down. I have horses that they wait all day for their tea to come in the evening, and some of them are spoiled and they get it twice a day. So it's fun. But I've discovered that it's a wonderful training tool. So we're going to show you a little bit about how I might use that as a training tool. But let's see if we can bring someone here that might like to drink this. Okay. Whoa, whoa. So here we have Will, part-time horse, full-time mythical hero. Head up, head up. Up. But he's shown up today to help you understand how much horses love tea. Is that true, Will? Go ahead and have some. Seems like he's happy to accommodate us for our photo shoot here. This is a 5-gallon bucket of liquid. He's going to come up for air in a little bit. There you go. He came up for air. He says, nice blend.
Let's see that mustache.
Yeah, we want to show him your mustache. Well, head up, head up. Show him your mustache. That's a happy horse, huh? Yeah, show him. This is good. Good look. Oh, look at that. Look at a mustache.
And down he goes.
Head up. Will, head up. Thank you. When I was up at the UC Davis Veterinary Hospital there for another horse that was here for a tooth problem, and I was telling him about this, and he said, really, you can get a horse to drink a 5-gallon bucket of water? And I said, oh yeah. I told him about this blend, and he said, anytime you can get a horse to hydrate, that's a really good thing. That they had horses there that hadn't been drinking enough water. It was during a cold spell, and they had to have them on IV liquids. So it's especially dangerous when you get in the really hot weather. Maybe they're not drinking enough, and in the cold weather when they don't want to drink the cold water. Go ahead, have some more. Oh, back down. Now comes the best part. When he gets all that Hold on, Will. Head up. He gets the goodies at the bottom. Oh, yummy. So those of you who think it's neat to make a bran mash, this is even yummier. This is like a smoothie. So that's the good stuff that they get at the bottom that they get to really finish off. It's worth all the effort. That's enough. Head up. Good. Oh, yum. Oh, delicious. I started using this as a tea as a training tool when I had a little Icelandic mare that had real problems with weight, and I was using food to teach her to be polite. So I discovered that if I used the tea, I could train her with flavored water, which her eyes would just roll. She thought it was fabulous. And the other thing is, she tended to be one that would really stick her nose in the bucket and grab really hard, like Kato here. And she would grab the food, get a huge big mouthful, and then sit there and go ha 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 and chew it for however long it took her. So I found that with the tea, she could simply take a sip and that was it. There was no more to it. So let's see Kato, who likes to be really bully on the food. I put it in a smaller bucket. Wait. Have some. That's enough. Thank you. Have a reed here. He's pretty strong-willed about things, but a reed seems to work. Have some. Would you like some? Have some. You're so good. That's enough. Thank you. Good. Have some. That's enough. Thank you. Wait. Good. Have some. Thank you. That's enough. You can see he likes to shove his nose if he can. Have some. That's enough. Have some. There you go. That's enough. Wait. Have some. Yeah, come on. Go ahead, have some. Kato, have some. Here you go. That's enough. Good. Good. Wait. Have some. Yeah. Good. And that's enough. Thank you. Wait. Wait. Have some. That's enough. He's tough.